Ok, clase. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre posesión. Today we're going to be talking about possession in Spanish. So what does possession mean? It indicates who is the owner of the object, or what is the relationship between that person and another person. So here's a quick example. In English, we would say, my friends are in Nicaragua. In Spanish, you would say, mis amigos están en Nicaragua. So those highlighted words, my and mis, show the possessive adjective. All the possessive adjectives that we use in English are listed here. So we have my, your, his, her, its, our, your, or their. In Spanish, we have a few more to learn. Mi, mis, tú, tus, su, sus, nuestro, nuestra, nuestros, nuestras, su, sus. Now this chart has a lot of words on it, but I just want you to kind of go through and get a feel for some examples of when you would use each possessive adjective. So in the first line, you have mi for mi amigo. So as you can see, in English, that would mean my friend. So let's just go through this chart together. Mis amigos for my friends. Tu amigo means your friend if you're talking in the familiar form of you, which is tu. If you want to talk in the familiar form of you, but it's a plural noun, you would say tus amigos, your friends. If you want to speak in the formal version of you, you could say su amigo for your friend. Or if you want to say his friend, her friend, or its friend, you would also say su amigo. Now, same thing for the plural. You would use sus amigos for either your friends, his friends, or her friends if the word friends is plural. Nuestro amigo means our friend if it is a male friend, singular. Nuestra amiga if it is our female friend. Nuestros amigos for our friends, plural. Nuestras amigas for our friends if it is a group of girlfriends. Su amigo is for the plural of you, or if you wanted to say their friends. So for your friends or their friends, you would say su amigo. And for sus amigos, you could say your friends or their friends if it is plural, if the word amigos is plural. So here we have a few important notes about possessive. So mi, tu, and su all have plural forms, mis, tus, and sus. However, nuestro has 4 different forms. Because it ends in O, it could change to be nuestro, nuestra, nuestros, or nuestras. Possessive adjectives always have to agree with the thing or person possessed. So here's an example using mi. Mi amigo is my friend. We use mi because the word amigo is singular. So if we are trying to describe amigos, which is a plural noun, we change it to mis amigos. So you always want to look at the noun and then make it agree. For the words su and sus, that could mean his, her, its, their, or your in English. However, Spanish does not have these separate words. So this should actually simplify things, that there's a few less words for that in Spanish. Here's another note. So, as you know, in the very first week, we learned a word called tú. So that was our subject pronoun, tú, in the familiar version of you. However, now we're learning another word that sounds identical, the possessive adjective tú. They are pronounced exactly the same. The way that you can distinguish between the two of them is by seeing the accent mark over the you when we're talking about the subject pronoun tú. So always take note of that little accent mark because that's the only way you're going to tell if we're talking about the word you or your. So let's practice. We're going to fill in the blank with the appropriate possessive adjective. So how would you say his job? Su trabajo. It's su trabajo because job is singular. Nuestro hospital. It's nuestro. Remember, nuestro has 4 different forms that you could choose from. So hospital is singular and it's masculine. So that's why we say nuestro. How do we say my friends? Mis amigos, because it's plural. How do we say our family? Nuestra familia, because the word familia is singular and feminine. How about her parents? Sus padres. So we are always trying to modify or describe the noun, and the noun here is plural, padres, so we go with sus. How about his arthritis? Su arthritis, so it's a singular word. And the last one, their school, su colegio. Quick note about the word colegio in Spanish. It's another false cognate or falso amigo. You would think the word colegio would mean college, but in Spanish it means school. If you want to refer to a college, you would use the word universidad, which sounds like university in English. And here's all the answers listed, so you can take another look at them.